Women who make a lasting impression are not the ones who give everything away immediately. They are not always the first to text, constantly available, or endlessly proving their love. Instead, they have one powerful boundary that makes a man see them as truly valuable and difficult to replace. Many people teach that love is endless sacrifice and constant giving, but that belief often leads to heartbreak. The real shift comes not from giving more, but from knowing what not to give away too soon. This is not about playing games or manipulating anyone. It is about understanding one psychological principle that changes how a man values your presence. The most attractive women naturally hold this boundary, inspiring men to pursue their attention instead of taking it for granted. It transforms you from someone he simply enjoys into someone he deeply appreciates and wants to keep in his life. Stay with me until the end and I'll explain why this works, how to apply it without creating distance, and why it attracts emotionally mature men. What you're about to discover challenges many common beliefs about love, yet its impact is surprisingly powerful. This small shift can make you more magnetic, not only to one man, but to every man who genuinely values commitment and respect. So grab something to drink, clear away distractions, and get ready to learn a lesson that could completely change how you approach relationships. If you want to learn the one boundary that makes men obsessed, hit like right now. Here is something that may surprise you. The way many people believe men fall in love is often very different from reality. Many women think love grows through constant closeness, endless availability, and sharing everything. But lasting attraction is not built through unlimited comfort alone. It often grows through a healthy balance that leaves room for appreciation, curiosity, and genuine desire to invest. A man's psychology often responds differently in these situations. While constant availability may seem like the fastest path to closeness, many men value what they have invested time, effort, and emotion into. When everything comes too easily, appreciation can fade over time. But when a woman has healthy boundaries, her own priorities, and a fulfilling life, she naturally becomes someone a man wants to pursue, respect, and earn a place with through consistent effort. This reflects what psychologists often describe as the scarcity principle, where people tend to value what feels limited or requires meaningful investment. As a man puts genuine time, energy, and emotional effort into knowing you, he often begins valuing the connection more deeply. Rather than taking you for granted, he sees your presence as something meaningful because it was never handed to him without effort. Comment boundary if you're tired of being too available and still getting taken for granted. But it goes even deeper than just the chase itself. It is about what happens in his mind during the entire process of pursuing you. Every time he works for your attention, every time he steps up to meet your standards, and every time he chooses to keep going despite the challenge, he is making a real psychological investment in you. And the more he invests, the more valuable you become to him. Not only because of who you are, but also because of everything he has put into winning you over. This explains why women who seem too needy often struggle to keep men interested for the long term. It is not that they are unworthy of love. Sometimes they unintentionally remove the very process that helps attraction grow by becoming too available, too predictable, and too easy to reach. A woman who keeps healthy boundaries, maintains a full life, and values herself creates a different dynamic. She becomes someone a man wants to invest in, rather than someone he simply expects to always be there. That shift often turns casual interest into deeper appreciation. Many misunderstand this idea and think it means acting cold or playing games. It does not. It means having genuine self-respect, clear standards, and refusing to abandon your own life to keep someone else happy. Relationships often struggle, not because love disappears overnight, but because one person slowly loses themselves while trying to meet every need of the other. Instead of strengthening the bond, that imbalance can reduce mutual appreciation over time. Type yes if you're ready to stop making him a priority when you're only his option. This is not because someone lacks a heart, but because unhealthy dynamics can create pressure instead of attraction. When a man feels he has become your entire world, he may stop seeing the independence and confidence that first drew him to you. Remember who you were at the beginning. The person with passions, friendships, goals, and a fulfilling life. Those qualities were never obstacles to love. They were part of what made you so attractive in the first place. You were once a confident woman with your own dreams, passions, and priorities who chose to spend time with him because you wanted to. But over time, you may have started canceling your own plans, putting his world ahead of yours, and making him the center of your life. Without realizing it, the independent woman he admired slowly faded. She was replaced by someone who seemed to need him to feel complete. And that dependence is very different from healthy love. This is why many relationships begin beautifully, but later lose their balance. Many women believe they are doing everything right by loving without limits, giving endlessly, and putting his happiness before their own. But love without boundaries can slowly weaken attraction because it removes the healthy balance that keeps both people invested. As boundaries disappear, excitement fades, and the relationship can become comfortable but lose its sense of passion and mutual appreciation. The deeper cost is that you begin losing respect for yourself in small ways. It shows in what you tolerate, how you speak to yourself, and how often you shrink your needs to protect someone else's comfort. People notice that quiet loss of confidence, even without words. Lasting relationships are built on mutual respect, and respect grows where healthy boundaries exist, where you can love someone deeply without losing yourself in the process. Comment match if you've ever given more energy than you received in a relationship. When you truly get this principle, everything begins to change for the better. It affects not only how he sees you, but also how you see and value yourself every day. And that inner change in your energy and confidence is what creates the real magic in the connection. Many people misunderstand boundaries, thinking they are like walls meant to keep others out completely. But boundaries are actually standards you set that teach people the right way to love and treat you well. They are not about punishing anyone or rejecting them harshly. They help create a healthy and lasting framework for real love to grow. With strong boundaries, you send a clear message without needing many words at all. You show that you value yourself highly, that your time and energy matter a lot, and that access to your heart has to be earned with care rather than simply assumed. And here comes the nice surprise. This approach does not drive good men away at all. It actually pulls them closer like a strong magnet does. Why does this happen? Because inside every man's mind, there is a natural desire to feel he has won something truly valuable and special. He does not want a woman who settles for just anyone who comes along. He wants to be with someone who chooses him because he has proven himself worthy of that choice through his actions. When you hold your standards and boundaries and refuse to accept anything less than you deserve, you give him the chance to rise up and meet you at that higher level together. Think about anything valuable you have in your own life right now. It was never just handed over without any work. The job you feel proud of required effort from you. The achievements that matter most were earned through dedication. The respect others give you was built slowly, over time, with consistency. Love works in a similar way when it is real and strong. When something needs real effort, investment, and steady consistency to be gained, it naturally feels more valuable in our thoughts and hearts. This is exactly why the women who keep men deeply obsessed are those who hold on to their sense of mystery, their personal standards, and their independence, even while in a relationship. They love with their whole hearts, but never at the cost of losing themselves completely. They give in generous ways, but never give more than what they receive back in return. They are there for the right man, but not available for just any man who shows interest without real commitment. Boundaries like this also bring emotional safety for everyone involved. Share this with a friend who needs to hear this boundary today. Lots of women believe being totally open, totally available, and totally accommodating will make a man feel secure and loved. But it often creates the opposite effect in reality. Without any limits or clear structure or expectations, it can cause anxiety for him because he does not know where he stands or what is truly expected. But clear boundaries bring clarity and make it easier for him to love you in the right ways, since you have shown him how. You set the rules of how things work so he can focus on building the relationship instead of guessing. And the best part is that boundaries are not only for him, they are mainly for protecting and honoring you as well. When you keep your standards, you keep your self-respect strong. When self-respect stays high, your confidence grows naturally. When confidence is present, your attractiveness shines even brighter. It creates a wonderful cycle that helps love stay alive and keep developing over the years. The boundary I want to share is not overly complicated, yet it holds great power. It serves as the strong foundation for every other healthy behavior in relationships. Once you understand it and begin living by it, the rest of the pieces start falling into place more easily. This is the key moment. The one boundary that can transform how men view you and how you view your own worth at the same time. It creates obsession instead of just obligation, desire instead of dependency, and active pursuit instead of him taking you for granted. Here is the boundary itself. Never make someone a top priority when they only treat you as one of their many options. It might sound straightforward, but when you fully grasp what it means and live by it daily, everything in your love life can shift in positive ways. Most women wanting to show full love and feelings end up reversing this balance by accident. They make him their main priority while quietly accepting being only his backup choice. They change their whole schedule around him while he fits them in only when it is convenient for him. They put lots of emotional energy into someone who has not matched that energy back yet. This boundary teaches you to match his level of effort instead. If he texts once a day, you do not reply 5 times in return. If he makes plans only when nothing else is happening, you do not drop your own plans to fit him in every time. If he treats you like one choice among many, you do not treat him like your only possible choice in the world. What this creates is a situation where he must step up to your level or naturally step back, and both results help you in the end. If this is hitting home, comment prize below. When you stop giving more than you receive, one of 2 good things usually happens. He either rises up to match your energy and begins prioritizing you the same way, or he slowly fades because he was never truly that invested from the start. The men who step up and add more effort when they see they cannot take you for granted are the ones worth keeping close. They recognize your real value and want to work to have you in their lives. Those who step back are actually helping you by showing their true intentions early. They reveal they were more interested in what you could provide for them rather than in you as a full person. This boundary also works wonders for your own inner feelings and mindset. When you stop centering someone who does not center you back, You begin focusing that energy on your own life goals and happiness instead. And when you become the center of your own world, rather than making him the center, you grow more interesting, more satisfied, and more attractive overall. Men notice when a woman has her own options and full life, and is not just waiting for validation from them. That kind of confident energy feels very appealing and makes him want to work harder to keep your attention, since he knows others might value it too. This approach stops you from becoming the woman who is always ready, always adjusting, and always putting his needs ahead of yours without question. Instead, you turn into someone selective with her time, intentional with her energy, and very clear about her personal standards. Your attention feels meaningful because it is not handed out to just anyone who asks. The wonderful outcome is that when you refuse to prioritize someone who only gives you option status, you start drawing in people who truly want to make you their priority in return. You move away from accepting small bits of attention and begin receiving full care and devotion. You leave behind half-hearted connections and start building ones with complete commitment from both sides. This is not about being hard to please or overly demanding at all. It is about knowing your true worth and choosing not to accept anything less than what you deserve in love. Real love is meant to be mutual and balanced, with both people investing equally. The right partner will rise to meet you where you are, instead of asking you to lower yourself for him. When you live this way, he begins seeing you as someone rare and valuable, who does not let just anyone into her heart. That understanding makes him want to earn his place and prove he is worthy of being your priority, because it truly means something important. Now that you know the power of this boundary, let us look at what happens when you put it into practice in real situations. Type obsessed if you want men to chase you instead of you chasing them. Knowledge alone does not help without taking action. So I want you to see the actual results of following this idea. When you begin matching his energy rather than always going above it, and when you stop treating him as your main priority while accepting option treatment, his actions will start to change noticeably. How he responds will reveal his real feelings clearly. If he was interested but had grown a bit lazy, he will likely step up more. He will reach out first more often, make solid plans, and prioritize time with you because he sees you have your own life and are not always waiting around. This is the positive response you hope for, since it shows he values you and wants to keep you close. You might also face some pushback from men who enjoyed the easy convenience you offered before. They could complain or say you are being difficult when you stop overgiving. That kind of reaction gives you important information right away. A man upset by you valuing yourself more was probably never focused on your happiness, but only on what he could get easily. You will also feel a nice shift in your personal energy levels. Freeing up emotional resources from unbalanced giving leaves more for your own growth and joy. Friends may notice you seem happier and lighter. Your confidence rises, and you pick up hobbies or goals you had set aside earlier. This fresh start in your life makes you even more appealing to others naturally. Other people begin noticing you more when your focus is not locked only on one person who did not appreciate it fully. New interests and connections can appear that you missed before. The greatest gift is attracting those who genuinely want to prioritize you back. By no longer accepting second-place status, you send out a signal that draws in partners looking for mutual priority and respect. It feels like changing your frequency and meeting others on the same positive level. Remember though, this boundary needs steady consistency to work its best. You cannot use it briefly and then drop it as soon as he gives a bit of attention. True respect comes when men see your standards are real and lasting, not just a short test. Comment which part shocked you most about this boundary. Some might think this is about punishing him or holding back love, but that is not true. It is about creating fair investment where both care for each other's happiness equally. It means refusing to do all the emotional work alone in the relationship. When both follow this approach, magic can grow between them. There is less resentment because efforts stay balanced. No one takes the other for granted since both earned their places. Power is shared fairly without struggles. This builds relationships that endure through mutual choice and respect rather than one-sided giving. The right man will not only accept this boundary, he will admire you more for holding it strong. He will feel lucky to be chosen by a woman who knows her value and does not settle easily. Look for certain signs that show this boundary is making a real difference. Changes might start small, so pay attention. One clear sign is more consistent and thoughtful contact from him. Instead of random late messages, he reaches out at better times with real intention. Plans become scheduled ahead because he respects your busy life. Another good sign is greater effort in your interactions. Talks grow deeper, dates feel more special, and he remembers details about you because he wants to keep your interest alive. This happens naturally as he values what takes effort to maintain. Respect increases too, as he asks about your schedule, considers your feelings, and treats your time as important. This respect shows in how he speaks of you to friends as well. The strongest sign is when he begins pursuing you actively. When you stop chasing, the right man steps forward to lead the way. He initiates contact, makes plans, and puts in emotional work because he does not want to risk losing you. Share your thoughts in the comments about which ideas touched you most deeply. What boundary do you feel ready to set now? What old pattern are you prepared to change for good? Your experience could help another woman going through similar struggles. If this message brought new understanding, hope, or strength, please like it and send it to a friend who might need these words too. Subscribe for more insights on love, attraction, and what really works in relationships. Before you leave, remember, you are not asking for too much at all. You deserve a partner who sees your full worth and honors it every day with actions. This boundary is not about changing your true self. It is about refusing to shrink your light for someone who cannot appreciate it completely. Your beautiful love story is just starting fresh. It begins the moment you choose yourself with the same care and passion you have given others before. When you do that, the right man will gladly fight for the chance to become your priority too, in a healthy and lasting way. Like this video, comment your biggest takeaway, and subscribe to learn how to become the woman men can't live without.